Yo, what up, gamers? It's your boy JJJacksfilms, and today we're gonna watch TikToks that'll make you say grace to the Lord.
Y'all ever wondered how they make paper?
It comes from a tree. You know, the tree gives its life and its soul to man. Who owns it? And but I guess that beyond that, I've never really thought about where or how the process is. How the tree and the wood becomes paperified. Color me, intrigued and tickle me interested.
Like from scratch. You know, we know.
All right, so part one, paper making process, part one. So we're using looks like a goddamn sword. You know what I'm saying? But this comes from Aguirre 6762 KGEBR, one of my favorite TikTokers. And we're actually seeing the paper making process step by step. I guess step one, get yourself a dang sword. But no, let's see where this goes. This looks like bamboo. Looks a bit like bamboo. I could be wrong, but it seems to have like the rings that you'd find in bamboo trunks.
No, paper comes from trees.
That's pretty fuck. I saw someone in the comments write videos that make you make paper. That's epic, bruh. Yo, what up, gamers? It's your boy JJJacksfilms, and today we're gonna watch TikToks that'll make you make paper.
It comes from trees.
Of course, paper comes from trees, but like, what's the process like?
But how?
Right, exactly. Okay. Oh, look at that. The innards look very pulpy and juicy, almost fruit-like. That's very interesting. It look not. I wouldn't say edible, but it looks soft.
How do you get a tree?
Okay, so then we strip the bark off. Right. Okay, I think I knew that part of the process. So we're stripping the bark off
and turn it into paper.
And then just a lot of that.
Stripping the branch.
Yep.
Just peel it and
okay, so then are we saving these? Are we saving those, or do we need just the meat of the tree? Pardon, for lack of a better term. Are we saving all of these strips here, or do we just? I'll bet we are saving these strips.
Behold, paper.
Oh. Okay, so then gamers, it looks like we refine those strips even more with a blade. Fascinating. But then what?
Soak for 7 days.
Oh my gosh, a whole week to make paper? No thanks, I'll just buy it at the store. No, I kid, of course. No, it's a very complicated process. A whole week? It's been 1 week since you made me paper.
What if I gotta write this letter now?
Exactly, right? Hey, time is money, and money is time, so... But it makes you appreciate paper more. Maybe you'll be a little less quick to crumple up that piece of paper from your notepad and throw it in your wastebasket once you know that little piece of paper took someone 7 whole days to make, and that's just for the soaking process.
Need papel now. Not only did you
ashes of trees, interesting. Okay, so it takes more interesting to make paper from dead trees. It requires more dead trees than the paper itself. That really makes you think.
Did you skin the tree? You burned the tree.
I don't know what the cat was for. Maybe just to get a few more likes and engagements on TikTok. I don't think we need a cat to make a tree. But speaking of likes and engagement, be sure to give this video a like and engage by subscribing to JJJacksfilms if you want to see some more epic TikToks. All right, so they need water, lots of water. I think I knew that too.
This is tree abuse. Cook for 12 hours.
Well, they can't feel it. They're already dead. It's fine. So cook for 12 hours. That's another, gamers, I don't think I've ever cooked anything for 12 hours. I don't think I've ever cooked anything for, I never cooked a turkey for 4 hours, but 12 hours, my goodness, it's a lot of work for a dying medium. Dying, of course, working in several ways, But if you're like me, if you're a gamer like me, you use things like Google Doc all the time. Maybe you dabble in Sheets, right? Maybe even a presentation, the slides, Google Slides. But it's been a while since I've left a handwritten note for anyone, really. But still, it's nice to know that the art of paper making isn't lost and is still very much alive, unlike those trees. Hey, we're just having fun here. But the trees are dead.
Whoever was the first person who made paper, y'all got a lot of time.
Yeah, well, I'll bet, And how I wanna ask these paper makers, how did the first person, no, let me rephrase that. How did they know to even do all this, right? This very complicated process. It's like a caveman eating mushrooms and fungi and trying to figure out which ones will kill you and which ones are good in a lovely little breakfast stew, like your boy here who has to have mushrooms in his eggs every day. I'm wondering how they figured this process out to make paper. And if you'll pardon me, I'm blind as a bat. I need these glasses just to see. Oh, there we go. Now we're in front of a fireplace. So the paper's been stripped of its bark. It's been soaking in water, and now we're just. It had more dead ashes of other dead trees thrown upon it, and now the whole dead mix is burning alive.
You know, I'm sure they do this in a factory. This was just like the traditional way to do it. DIY paper for the.
Sure, that's fair to say. But I'd like to think that everyone makes paper this way. Wouldn't that be a fun thought? Like it would make paper more sacred if there weren't any factories just spewing out reams and reams of the lovely writable stuff. It would make it more sacred, and I think we would waste a lot less paper. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm looking at gamers just outside of my frame, just a big old stack of mail and bills and just not spam. What's the mail version of spam? Well, anyways, it's just cluttering my desk here. Excuse me. You can't see it. And it's so wasteful. It's so wasteful. And I think if these factories knew that, I think if everyone made paper this way, we wouldn't have this waste.
The people who live in the mountains who literally have 48 hours to make paper. Start mashing up.
Hey, that's a big old hammer. Gosh, hey Thor, did you misplace Mjolnir? You know what I'm saying? That hammer was comically large. I wonder if you actually need. Well, you know what? You probably do need that hammer because the surface area. You probably need extended surface area to really flatten the paper, the reams of the bark stripped from the paper.
The wood pulp, really hammer it down with your little Thor hammer.
Oh, great minds think alike. Look at that. See, yeah. I beat you to the punch, but only just by a few seconds. But it's nice to know that sometimes we're on the same wavelength. Ah, man.
Okay, still not looking like paper. We're really.
Yeah, it looks more like a friggin' pancake than paper. I'm wondering where do we get to the part where I can, write my dang name and address, and a social security number on it. I don't know. I can't see it.
You gotta trust the process. I'm so lost.
It looks like we're chopping onions, for a nice hearty breakfast with egg whites and bell peppers and mushrooms and spinach and vegan cheese. Gosh, man, now I'm just getting a big old hunkering for some breakfast eggs. But I don't see where this is going, where this could be paper. I guess we should continue.
We make it paper mache. You're hungry when this starts to look like shredded rotisserie chicken.
Hey, now easy there. You don't want to put that in your mouth, Sister Sniper Wolf. You don't know where those trees have been. All right, but let's find out. So we put the chopped the paper pulp. Tree pulp into some big container. Oh, and then we're using the mortar and pestle.
Yummy. Mash it up even more. I don't know how much longer.
It's starting to look like creamed. No, you know what? Not cream cheese. Gamers, it's starting to look like spinach artichoke dip. This looks like this could be entertaining some guests at a house party. You know what I'm saying? But don't want to put that in your intestines. I'll tell you what.
I can wait for a piece of paper.
And that's a very interesting tool too. It doesn't look like anything Thor would wield, but it's an interesting two-handed tool there.
This has gone too far. Cook for another hour.
A lot of cooking here. Gosh, man, I'm no chef, but that's a lot of. Methinks a lot of cooking for something that you can't even put in your mouth. Well, I guess you can put paper in a mouth, but you wouldn't want to do that. No, let's continue here.
Bro, this is the whole recipe.
Oh, now it's starting. You know what? It looks less like paper and looks more like a delicious little soup dumpling. You ever had soup dumplings? They're a delight. Go ahead and Google soup dumplings, gamers. And when you get the chance, put them in your mouths. They are a delight and a treat. Sometimes my wife and I, we like to go out and get some soup dumplings, and we don't do that every night, gamers. But we do it maybe like on the odd Friday night or so. We like to just celebrate with a glass of wine and some soup dumplings, and that's what this paper is starting to look like. Of course, when I say a glass of wine, I'm being quite modest. It's more like a bottle of wine, No, we have fun. We drink responsibly, and you should too, gamers. All right, let's see where the paper comes in.
Your silkworm cocoon is done cooking.
Oh, so interesting. So I went for soup dumpling. You went for silk cocoon. Interesting. Now, we were on the same wavelength for Thor hammer, but we branched out in wildly different directions. Just goes to show how big this world is.
Rinse it all out.
Oh, and then, okay, so then we sift out all the liquid, all the water. It's starting to look a touch more papery. Now it just looks like pasta. It went from looking like spinach artichoke dip to soup dumplings. And now I'm thinking more like the pasta at an Olive Garden. You know what I'm saying?
Now we have fibers. Layer all the fibers.
Okay, now it's looking, oh, okay. Fibrous strands. You know, I didn't even notice the fibers. It looks more like silk or something, like a big old spider web, something like that.
Together.
Very silk-like. Oh my goodness, this is so tedious. Wait a minute. Layer by layer, this poor gentle sir has to attach these reams, these silks, I don't even know what to call them anymore, onto some adhesive, some ring, some band. My goodness gracious. All just so I could write write to my pen pal.
Together. Make sure you remove the silkworms. What? That's it? It just ended like this?
Oh, that's really how oh my goodness gracious. I can't say I'm satisfied. I'm intrigued. I learned a lot about paper making, but I feel like we've got through steps 1 through 7 of a 41-step process and how to make paper, you know. I think there's a lot left untold here. I am just hanging on by a thread, much like these silk threads here of the paper.